1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion.
Warren Buffett, the greatest investor of all time, teaches us the following: if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will die working. The great secret of wealthy people is to spend less in the present to enjoy more in the future. Are you truly willing to become a wealthy person by abandoning the habits of the poor? If so, this video is for you.
Mary, we'll be rich. We'll be rich.
In this video, I will show you 7 things poor people spend money on according to Warren Buffett. With this, you can better manage your finances and achieve financial freedom as quickly as possible. Let's start with Warren Buffett's main advice that will guide our entire journey. Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. Let's talk about new gadgets and devices. We all love these amazing new technologies and gadgets that appear on the internet. They are really tempting. But since we are at the beginning of our journey, we need to save as much as possible and invest our money to achieve financial freedom. We don't need to turn our lives into something boring. We should live in balance. Let's take the example of John, who follows Warren Buffett's teaching. After paying all his monthly expenses, John manages to save $2,000 per month. He sets aside 70% of this amount for investing, and the remaining 30% John spends on gadgets and devices. Following Warren's footsteps in no time, John is building his future without giving up buying what he likes. Don't forget, invest first, and whatever is left you spend on your gadgets and devices. But don't forget to maintain balance in your life. Flashy lifestyle. If you open Instagram right now, you'll see thousands of people who seem to be living the dream life, but in reality, they are often drowning in debt. Warren calls these people the fake rich. You probably know some of them. This flashy lifestyle may seem appealing at first glance, but the sad reality is that social media often promotes a distorted image. It showcases tons of people who appear wealthy but aren't really. It's easy to assume that someone driving a Ferrari is wealthy, but appearances can be deceiving. In reality, many individuals are living beyond their means and relying on debt to fund their flashy lifestyles. There are countless stories of people accumulating thousands of dollars in debt just to maintain a good image on Instagram. We all want to buy dream things like sports cars and world travels. But we can't deceive ourselves at the beginning of our journey to wealth. It's so important to understand the difference between being rich and being wealthy. True wealth isn't what you see, but what you don't. Richness is about your current income and the things you own, while wealth is about the financial assets you have yet to spend. Accumulating wealth takes self-control and restraint. The diamonds, watches, and first-class upgrades that you decline all contribute to your overall wealth. It's easy to find rich role models who spend lavishly, but true wealth is hidden, and therefore harder to imitate it. We're conditioned to believe that having money means spending money, but the real key to building wealth is to save and invest the money you have. The solution is simple. Avoid the flashy lifestyle at the outset of your journey. Wait for the snowball to grow before purchasing your luxuries. In fact, the only way to be wealthy is to not spend the money that you do have. The next time you see someone driving a fancy car or living in a big house, remember that you can't judge wealth by appearances alone. The true key to wealth is self-control, restraint, building assets, and investing in your future. Third, home. Warren Buffett said, "You don't need to be a genius to invest well. You need to be patient." Buying a house early in your investment journey may seem like a significant milestone, but it's a risky financial decision. A home represents a large financial commitment involving substantial upfront costs such as down payment, closing fees, and ongoing expenses like mortgage, maintenance, taxes, and insurance. Buffett uses the analogy of the snowball to explain wealth accumulation. It takes time and smart investments to build a snowball that grows continuously. Instead of tying up your capital in property from the outset, It's wiser to invest in assets that can generate income and appreciation, accelerating the growth of your financial snowball. When it's significantly larger, you'll be in a better position to buy the house of your dreams. Gambling. Warren Buffett once said, "There is no surer way to leave a casino with a small fortune than to enter with a large one." Gambling is a financial trap that can devastate your personal finances. The temptation of easy money often leads people to spend large sums on activities where the odds are always against them. To illustrate simply how casino profits work, the first person loses $100, increasing the casino's capital. When the second person arrives, the casino, already with a profit of $100, pays $50 to them, remembering that the casino still maintains a profit of $50. By the time the third person arrives, the casino recovers its profit, and so this endless cycle continues. Casinos are designed to make you enter and never want to stop. Video games operate in the same way. You have a character that gains rewards and treasures with each new game phase, and as more time passes, more phases and challenges emerge for you to overcome. Gambling is designed to make you think you're almost winning every time, keeping you increasingly trapped in the game. The longer you stay in the casino, the more you lose, and the more profit the casino makes. Remember, the first step to being deceived is thinking you're too smart. Never underestimate gambling. Only the casino wins, and the casino always wins. Vices. As Warren Buffett wisely said, chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. Vices such as alcohol, drugs, and tobacco consumption represent a significant barrier to wealth building. Besides being harmful to health, these habits come at a high cost. A person who spends $200 every month on vices, if they were to invest that money over 30 years, could have $1 million. So, reflect on whether it's worth stopping spending that money on these vices. To build wealth, it's crucial to avoid or overcome these vices, redirecting these resources towards investments and opportunities that promote financial growth and long-term security. Cars. Cars are often seen as symbols of status and success, but they can also be one of the biggest drains on your money. The costs involved in purchasing a car extend beyond just the buying price. There are also significant ongoing costs such as fuel, insurance, maintenance, taxes, and depreciation. New cars, in particular, lose a large portion of their value in the first few years, making them a depreciating investment. Many people make the mistake of financing expensive cars, committing a significant portion of their monthly income to loan payments. This limits their ability to save and invest. Instead of buying a new and expensive car, opting for a reliable used car, or even exploring public transportation alternatives can free up financial resources that can be invested in assets that appreciate over time, promoting sustainable wealth building. Always remember that cars are liabilities, and since we are at the beginning of the journey to achieve wealth, we should prioritize acquiring assets. When you achieve financial freedom, then you can buy the car of your dreams. One of the biggest obstacles to wealth building is the habit of spending money on luxuries. This includes items such as designer clothing, expensive cars, dining at upscale restaurants, and luxurious travels. When people prioritize extravagant luxuries over basic needs and long-term investments, they end up creating a spending cycle that hinders wealth accumulation. It's important to remember that true wealth is not measured by what you own, but by the ability to live comfortably without the need for excessive spending. Remember Warren Buffett's quote, "If you buy things you don't need, soon you will have to sell things you need." Buffett believes that the key to wealth building is financial prudence and smart investment. By avoiding excessive spending on superfluous goods, people can accumulate capital that can be invested productively, generating long-term returns. This allows individuals to build a solid financial foundation, providing security and freedom in the future. Now that we've seen the 7 things poor people spend money on, let's talk about how to achieve true wealth. Remember that the pursuit of material wealth has led to many people working harder and giving up more control over their time, despite being richer than ever before. But, according to Morgan Housel, the key to happiness is the ability to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, for as long as you want. Having control over your life is the most trustworthy predator of positive feelings of well-being, more than your salary, house size, or professional prestige. Ultimately, controlling your time is the greatest dividend money pays. Looking for money without valuing time is like filling a leaky bucket. No matter how much water you pour, it will continue to leak. No matter how much money you accumulate, it doesn't bring happiness if you don't have control over your time and cannot enjoy the fruits of your labor. Following Warren Buffett's teachings, we learn that the journey to wealth is not just about accumulating money, but about making smart and consistent choices over time. Always remember to prioritize investing in your financial future, avoiding traps like impulsive spending and extravagant lifestyles. With discipline and focus, you can achieve financial freedom and build a lasting legacy. May this video inspire you to make conscious financial decisions and move towards financial success. Good luck on your journey.